I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meek.
I'm here.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Here.
Commissioner Metter.
Here.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Here.
All right, I need approval of minutes of meeting held on September 16th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meek.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, I need approval of minutes of the executive meeting held on September 3rd, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second? Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meek.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
All right, so last but not least, minutes of executive meeting held on September 16th, 2024. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes.
Those take- Lions Club, back, or over to visitors, Lions Club address the council on a fundraiser. Mr. Crum.
I am Logan Crum, I'm president of Carmel Lions Club. We're wanting to do our annual Candy Day, October the 11th and 12th, at the street corners. I'm sorry, but I don't have the candy to give you today like I usually do. Sorry, dropped the ball on that, but I just want permission to do that, as we do every year in support of children's eye care and hearing impairment, so that's what I'm here for.
Any discussion? Everybody good with it?
Do we have necessary? I think it's great.
Yep, just get with Chief McWilliams, and Mr. Turner, make sure everybody's got the vests on, everybody's all done.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
WBC Student Senate, Braylon, is that you?
That is sure is me. I'm Braylon Patton. I'm on the board of Student Senate at WBC, and we're just asking to stand at a few of the intersections on November 9th to raise money for the Fresh program.
Okay.
Got everything?
Sounds great.
All right, sounds
It's a
great.
great
Wish
program.
you
We
luck.
appreciate you doing it.
Thank you.
Any other visitors this evening? We're moving on. All right. On to reports and communications. I want to welcome everybody to the meeting this evening. As you can tell, we have some special advisors this evening on a very important topic, trick-or-treating. I've invited the Boy Scout troop to come in today and kind of give us, what their thoughts were on how many nights of trick-or-treating. Have you guys thought about it?
Yes.
How many you think we need?
2.
2?
A year.
2 a year, or, okay, 2 this year? So you think maybe like October 30th and 31st? That'd be good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody from the council have any questions? Everybody good with that?
Boy Scouts know.
Huh?
How could you tell the Boy Scouts
I
no?
know. Okay, so trick-or-treating this year will be, I believe it's Wednesday, October 30th, and Thursday, October 31st. So thank you guys for your service, and I hear you guys have some projects coming up. When's your Pinewood Derby?
March, April.
March, April?
March.
Sometime soon?
Next year.
Okay. All right, thank you guys very much. All right, just a few things before I lose my voice. Had a meeting last week with the city pool information. It went well. We had, I think, 25 plus people there, a lot of great questions. We'll have 2 more meetings. They will be at the city pool itself on October 7th from 6 to 7 p.m. And then October 21st from 6 to 7 p.m. I think I'm gonna hand this off to Susan for Susan to discuss so I can have a voice. The campground or the river lots have been posted online at Mobley Grant's website. So I believe the auction starts October 22nd through October 29th. Mr. Turner?
I'm not for sure. I haven't been on the website.
Okay.
It's close to that. I saw
Yeah.
it today.
So wish everybody happy bidding on that. And would like to say prayers to everybody affected for the Hurricane Helene. A lot of lives lost, and very saddened with everything going on with that. We had some family members displaced in North Carolina, and just the devastation is just unreal. So we're very blessed to have only gotten the rains that we got here locally. So if you'd keep all those people in your prayers. Commissioner Metter.
Thank you, Mayor. Last couple of weeks, we replaced the culvert and an entrance to the North Cherry Hill Drive. Cleaned out some storm intakes ahead of the storm, cleaned out intakes during the storm. We had a lot of rain, a lot of leaves around, and, you know, a couple down trees because of that, so we got them cleaned up. And finally, we finished our Division Street project and straightened some signs on Empire Street. So, end of report.
Great news, Commissioner Metter. Commissioner Eichelmeyer.
Thank you, Mayor. Past 2 weeks, revenue of $44,625, putting us at 41% of budget, expenditures of $536,915. Most of the revenue was in just miscellaneous items, a little bit of utility tax. End of my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Eichelmeyer. Commissioner Meeks.
Thank you, Mayor. Wastewater plant, normal plant maintenance, water sewer maintenance. They did several locates. Put a new valve together for the Broadmoor Station. Connected 3 water services to the new water main. Used a jet truck on several locations. Completed reading the manual read water meters. Responded to several sewer issues. I'm sure that's from all the rain. And they started disassembling the pump house at the pool. And they are in the process of flushing hydrants. So you may have some water discoloration. Might not want to do your laundry. I'm not sure what the areas they're doing right now, but just remember that there may be some water color discoloration. The water department drained and washed down the outside basins. Water sampling looked good. They're holding limited chemicals right now because the new plant will be opening up probably within the next couple of months, and preparing for the plant changeover. Into my report, Mayor.
Thank you, Commissioner Meeks. Commissioner Zimmerman.
Thank you, Mayor. I'll start off with the Wreaths Across America that you asked me to share. The Daughters of American Revolution this year are sponsoring again. They are working in conjunction with the Wreaths Across America program. This is to help put a wreath at Christmas time on veterans' graves. And so those wreaths can be purchased up until November 1st. They are $17 a piece. Checks will need to be made payable to Wreaths Across America, but it is a national program whose mission is to remember the fallen, honor those who served, and teach the next generation the value of freedom. So if you are interested in sponsoring a wreath, just contact a DAR member. Mayor, will you have a copy of this up here?
Yeah.
And there will also be a copy just to fill out the form. We placed these last year. It was the first time that we had done it, and we placed hundreds of wreaths out there. The date that they will be placed, there will be the National Wreaths Across America Day, will be Saturday, December 14th at 10 o'clock at Highland Memorial Cemetery. So it's really neat to go out and see all of the wreaths that are taking place, that are laid then on the veterans' graves. So I thank you for sharing that, Mayor. For my report, we've got a lot of big things coming up next week. Next week is Fire Prevention Week, so October 6th through the 12th. The fire department will be involved in several different public relations events. The theme is smoke alarms, make them work for you. And so make sure
that you test your smoke alarms, that they are good to go. Remember that you are to change your batteries every time that we change, the whole idea when the clock time changes, change your batteries and your smoke detectors to make sure that they're working. It doesn't hurt to still test them every now and then. So the theme for this year again is smoke alarms, make them work for you. The other big event that we have going on next week will be big trash pickup for the garbage, and that will be starting on October 7th, so please put out your big items. Remember again, your mattresses, box springs, those types of things need to be wrapped, no electronics, no construction materials. So just kind of remember that if you're gonna put things out, make sure that it is things that can be taken. Otherwise, it will still be there and they will not pick it up. Have it all out there by October the 7th because they will not come back. And if you forgot to put something out, they will not make a trip back to pick it up. It will not all get picked up on the 7th because it does take them a little bit of time. So that is next week also. The fire department also, if we go back to the fire department real quick, they had 13 different events that they had in the last 2 weeks. So whether it be a smoke alarm or a fire, so they were pretty busy in these last 2 weeks. Into my report.
Thanks, Commissioner Zimmerman. One thing I did forget on my report, we had a meeting with the Illinois Department of Transportation on the 9th Street project. It will start on November 18th of this year. Do not look for the asphalting to start until well into next year. With it having such a late start date, the asphalt companies will be shut down by then. They do look to start getting some of the sidewalk work done later this year. The project is 111 working days, and I stress working days. But they have given a completion of October 25th of 2025. So anyway, the way they've got it worked with that 111 working days, they've got it stretched out for 11 months basically. So we'll see how fast they get it done, but I don't anticipate any road work to be done until spring or summer of 2025. So unfortunately, the winter's gonna pound the road and we're going to have rougher road than what we do currently. But the brightness on the horizon is that Howell Paving is committed to getting it done by, later next year. So it'd be a nice new road then. All right, on to staff reports. Mr. Turner.
All right, Mayor, I've got a few things. The ITIP grant, that's the grant that we applied for, that's worth about $3 million for Uptown. That's been submitted. We scored very well on it. So we'll now, time will tell. It looks like spring or summer of 2025 is when Illinois will announce the winners of the contract. Let's see, we're working on insurance premiums right now with the city. It looks like we're gonna be able to keep ours the same as far as like cost, but we're gonna up our stop loss by about $10,000. Insurance is just going up. That's the world we live in, so to offset some of that and stay within budget, we up the deductible basically. Also, the contract negotiations between the city workers that involve sewer, water, street, brush. We've finalized the contract negotiations. This one is really not a lot of negotiation because the way their contract was written, the city's we did what we could to make the situation good for both our employees and the citizens. But the financial portion of it is, employees will receive $2 an hour pay raise over the next, $2 an hour per contract year for 3 years. So that's a $6 pay increase. Longevity pay, $1,500 per 3 years. And their insurance is gonna stay the same. And this year, we're actually gonna pay $1 extra for CDL drivers due to the cost that takes to maintain that license. They were doing it on their own. The city wasn't paying for that, so it's a benefit. I think we have 4 or 5 that'll be affected by that. That's something you'll need to vote on tonight, so I can get this finalized. We will own about a month's back pay. So when we get that done, so we can push that out.
Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman. We need to remove subdivision off of the agenda this evening. That is a typo on my part. We already took care of that. There's a application for a sign that's headed down, commissioners. I want you to look at that. Usually Mr. Gitcom and I have the authority to sign off on the signage. The only reason we're bringing that to the council is it's an LED sign and it's in a residential neighborhood. It doesn't go against any ordinances or zoning issues, but we want you to be aware that the neighbors could see the brighter lights in that area, and I really didn't want to take it all on myself and get the phone call. So, you know, that's something for you guys to discuss. It falls within the parameters of what we currently have. So, I just wanted you guys to be aware of it, and if you have any concerns, now would be the time to address those, and we can maybe work with the health department on them.
Go ahead.
Oh, I remember when the college put their LED sign out, one of the questions that we talked to them about was if that sign would be able to dim later in the evening, and it had that ability. That would be my concern
Okay.
with this one, that the brightness wouldn't be as bright after like 6 p.m. or dark or whatever.
And how your phone changes, your car
Right.
changes, same thing with that, is
So,
what I would think,
Okay.
would hope.
yeah, Mike.
We have emailed them, but we have not received that response yet. So as soon as we get that, you'd be okay.
So,
That's the only thing I had.
yeah, and I mean, I've looked at it, everything's fine with it, but that may be a concern to a few of the individuals in the neighborhood. I'll check on the dim sign. If it has that ability, we'll sign off on it and maybe move forward with the project. Let's see, other than that is all I have, Mayor.
I wanted to add on to the ITEP grant. When Mr. Turner says we scored well, we did. We scored very, very well on it. We got some very nice letters of support from the locals that came to our meeting on it, which helped us. Also, the letters from our state reps and other local business people here in the community that were very supportive on it. A couple years back, Heron went for the same grant, and you can add in how much you pay, like 0% or 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, whatever you want to do. And a couple years ago, Heron did the same grant, and they went at 0, and they scored 1% higher than what we did on this one. So Horner Schifrin is very excited that the potential on us getting this grant. So with being the first time we've used them for such a grant, it will speak well of their capabilities. So anyway, I just wanted to add that. All right, Mr. McCullough is not here. Mr. Garcia.
Mayor, I did maintenance today on the tractor and the zero turn, just get everything running good.
So I remember Mr. Wood, when he ran the airport at times, had to get a boat out to float to some of the lights. Did you have to have that issue this
There's
time?
some parts of the field that is water,
Yeah.
so I haven't ran into the tractor today because it's kind of flooded around there.
Yeah.
So everything was okay so far. That's in my report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Garcia. Chief McWilliams.
The only two things I want to report is, first, we've been approved for a reimbursement on bulletproof ballistic vests for the officers. It's time for them to be replaced. Their warranties are expiring. So that will cover about half the cost of the vest. This is something that we do about every 5 years. I got email confirmation last week that they've accepted it and approved it. So once we submit the bill, what we have to pay for they'll reimburse for half of it, basically. So the other thing is I applied for a TASER grant through ILEAS, through the state of Illinois. Got confirmation that we're going to receive grant funding on that. I don't know what the dollar amount will be at this point. They have not released that number yet. So the nice thing on that is our tasers are basically on their way out. Technology's moving forward. So hopefully we can take a good step forward on getting current equipment. We'll see what they offer us in the big scheme of things, and then we can see what we can afford to do with that in mind.
Sounds great. Good job. Williams, Chief Spath.
We've got our paperwork filed back with FEMA. We're still waiting to hear back from them on our grant for our exhaust system for the trucks. So I'm figuring next week or two we should hear something back. That determines, they want to know the age of the building, if there's going to be any dirt work or anything around the building, stuff like that. So we've got that completed, sent in. We've sent in an application for a grant, for a small equipment grant, which the OSFM sends out every year. And your only motion due is every other year because you have to skip a year. So we're good on that. So we'll see what happens there. We got 2 of our 3 engines, hose all tested, the ladders tested, and 1 of our tankers. So we got rained out last Saturday. So hopefully this Saturday, next Saturday, we get our last engine and tanker down at Station 2 tested. We should be done hose testing, which is about 10 to 11,000 feet of hose. So it takes a while to do. So other than that, in my report, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Chief Spath. Appreciate you and your fire department workers, getting all that taken care of. All right, Mr. Gidcombe.
I want to touch on the big trash pickup week. In years past, when people didn't get it picked up, there were times that we went back. We do not have the manpower to get it. If it's not out there at the time, people will be responsible for purchasing a dump ticket and getting rid of it themselves. We'll be starting leaf season sometime next month. We've got the newer leaf truck. We've still got to put the box in, so we'll be working on that. And we have 3 major sidewalk concrete projects we are hoping to fit in before the weather changes. Into my report.
All right, under new business, consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
I'll make it.
All right, do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, Mr. Turner.
Commissioner Meeks.
Yes.
Commissioner Eichmeyer.
Yes.
Commissioner Metter.
Yes.
Commissioner Zimmerman.
Yes. Is there any other business we need to discuss this evening before adjourning? With hearing none, I will take a motion. We'll have a second. Isaac.
Second.
All those in favor say aye, opposed the same sign. Aye. Good job. Thank you.